Where are my eyes?
Did you
take my eyes?
I didn't touch your eyes.
I mean, just follow the trail of dead bodies. You'll find me.
Granny hunches over even further to pat you on the head.
There's a slight purring sound.
Afterwards, the ship ready to go. Ship ready for takeoff.
You know what? We don't need oxygen. It's ready.
My eye hole is needing to be replaced with a different eye hole.
I don't know if the Maker has a plan for us once we're decommissioned. I just know this is the other place.
There's no maker. It is bullshit.
Do you even have a license to pilot something of this kind of size?
Do you have a license to pilot something of this size?
What's the best power in the game? Money.
Money, 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 money.
Try it with your tongue.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to DN Digital's Starships and Scoundrels campaign. My name is Dave, and I'll be your game master. We're using the Star Wars 5e system to tell the story of a crew of a smuggling freighter known as the Mayday, set about a year after the fall of the Jedi Order. Each session is going to be going live on Wednesdays around 3 p.m. Pacific time, so make sure to subscribe, click that bell, do all those YouTube things, and tune back in next week for more action. With all that out of the way, let's get into it.
Last time, on Starships and Scoundrels, Harry Johnson Indyaba held a trial for the traitorous Ari Bled. After much consultation with his generals, Ari was sentenced to immediate exile from Cascadia. Then Harry steps down as leader of the DIYB gang, named Bruce Payne as his successor, held a funeral for the disintegrated Clark Senate. Meanwhile, the droid H4NK powered on and joins the crew of the Mayday. Most attended the funeral except for Kiba Kiba. The bounty hunter silently left the crew in order to continue his hunt of a Jedi with Dennis Hayes. Dredd and R5 followed Alo back to the Mayday, where the Zeltron secretively contacted a mysterious figure. Shortly after, a strange elderly woman known simply as Granny accosted Alo in the hangar and began following the crew.
Alright, cool. So we're going to do a quick little rewind back to a couple hours before. Back in the crater, post Clark's funeral. So yeah, at this point, it's just you and H4 still inside of the crater as far as the actual crew goes. But yeah, so you get back in there. The previous night, the crater was very somber, depressed, kind of like, what was the point of all this? Post-funeral, everybody kind of seems to have at least a bit more of a sense of closure and purpose and belonging that's kind of still around. A lot more people stuck around, but have begun the process of helping with the move to kind of relocate all of the gang's supplies over to what used to be Fabula's base. Most of the generals are still kind of like just clustered together, having that like awkward but comforting post-funeral conversation where nobody's really sure what to say, but you're just at least glad that you're going through it together. Except for Roos and Disfat, who are seemingly very active, moving around, helping coordinate with all the various lower level gang members to like kind of help get the move started to get everyone heading off.
I'm gonna walk up to Roos and just say, Roos, can I talk to you for a quick moment?
Of course. Did you want a private space, or did you want to just...
Yeah, let's go to my, no, it's not even your office because you're moving. That office over there.
It'll always be your office. Let's go to it. And the two of you will float off. Did you want H4 to accompany you?
I mean, H4 can accompany if he wants. If not,
sure. So unless you have anything else H4 you want to do, you're welcome to tag along.
Oh yeah, I was there. He'll go just on the off chance something might be needed from him.
Sure. Yeah. So the three of you go off into the into what is still, at least in Bruce's mind, Harry's office, and the door closes behind you. All right. What did you want to discuss?
In that safe over there, there's some credits for you guys. The passcode is 12345.
I know.
Oh, damn. Well, I tried
I
to
think I didn't
keep it.
check at some point around here.
I mean, I know you would, but it's just I thought it was very clever. who would add a 5 at the end? You know, that's beside the point.
I mean, maybe if you didn't eat greasy animal parts before going and punching the buttons, and it wouldn't be quite so obvious. But you know what? I appreciate you entrusting me with this.
Yeah. Also, I know you're gonna be down 2 members, me and Ari. I would like for you to consider Disfat a seat at the table. I think she's been a great help to us. She's very fast worker. She knows the ins and outs of this whole entire spaceship. I think she would be, if not one of the greatest assets to have at the table.
She shows potential, but do you really think she's ready for that level of responsibility?
Every time I called on her, she always seemed ready for it, no matter what it was. So, I personally think she is ready for it. I think she's able to handle the big moments when need be.
Okay, go ahead and give me a persuasion check. I'd say at advantage.
Persuade them hoes.
How dare you call Bruce Bane a hoe?
Oh, baby. You know what? Let's use a fate point, because why not?
Under my breath in Wookiee and Shriwook, I just mutter, "Is that really her name?"
It's actually this fat bitch. She's great. 17
Oh wait,
is the new roll.
you see Bruce just kind of clearly contemplate for a second. Just, we could do a lot worse for sure.
Yeah, I could have somebody
See,
like
hers.
Ari Blen.
Still need to find another replacement though. We are down at least 2.
I'm sure you'll find somebody suitable. And maybe it could be, Randy, Mandy, Sandy, Handy, and Chandy. Who knows? One of those guys.
Well, we'll see. Personally, I always thought that 7 was kind of a big number to have running an organization.
Everybody had their
6 might be good enough for now.
everybody had their positives, so
When he brought something to the table, if somebody seems a good fit, I'll make sure that they're given proper responsibility. But for the time being, I'm not going to rush into promotions just for the sake of it. But you're right, this fat deserves it.
and if there's anything you guys ever need from me, don't hesitate to call. I'll give them my they probably already know it, but
He'll happily be like, make sure you stay near that ship though, then. If that might be a little hard to get in contact otherwise, but you're not hard to track. I'm sure we'll find you if we need it.
just follow the trail of dead bodies. You'll find me eventually.
He'll reach up to give you a pat on the shoulder, and then
Hera's gonna think it's a hug, so he's gonna go in for a hug.
he doesn't flinch away, but he does not hug in return. He just kind of after waiting for a little bit, kind of just puts one hand as far away from wrapping around as he can to pat your shoulder from the side. He's like, "Yep."
I'm gonna look over to Hunk. You don't think 12345 was a really good password?
Do you respect honesty, or do you respect, or do you want to be told what you want to be told?
Forget I ever asked. It's okay. I think 12345 is a great one. All right.
I just want to know what's best to make you happy, really.
Say it's great.
It's a great number. I would have never guessed. Of all 9 digits, 10 digits, never would have guessed that combination.
I knew it. That guy Roos is just a genius. I'll never get over it. All right, I think we should go back. Or go to the
he
ship.
picked all of his top generals based on their name ranking, so I don't know if he's the smartest guy.
Yes.
That also can't be his name, Shandy?
Oh, it is. I forgot. It's not really his name, but he told me his name, but I immediately brushed it off and said, your name is Shandy now, so he's Shandy.
Anything else you wanted to do around here, or all done?
We have time. Can I go to a black market place and get my reticle changed out for a night vision reticle?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Yes.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, the two of you can take some time to go. Jared's is probably the place you want to go for that kind of thing. However, this time when you go inside, you do not see Jared sitting behind the counter. Instead, you see a young woman who shares a lot of kind of physical traits in appearance. You would guess they look related. You're not quite sure how related, but you would guess related. Oh, hello. Welcome to Jared's. May I help you?
Bonjour.
I
Hey,
don't know what
he
that
said-
means.
think it means how you doing.
How are you both doing? Yes.
I am confused.
I am
One
confused.
asks Susumi.
Okay.
Let's just say we're doing both great.
I didn't realize that was going to be a complicated question. Anyway, my name is Lara. We have many fine items here. Is there anything I can help you direct you towards? Anything you're looking for in particular?
We.
We what?
We.
We.
My eye hole is needing to be replaced with a different eye hole.
I mean, I'm sure there are
I
many.
need to see in the dark.
Oh, okay. That is a little more complicated than your average droid supply person can provide. But yes, let me check to see if I have anything in particular. It's give me an investigation check.
Ooh, I'm really good at this. 21.
Yeah. She comes back out with a small little kind of optical panel to be slotted in to like replace the kind of behind the glass lens portion. It's like, I believe this would probably do the trick. Yes. Be 3,000 credits for this. We don't do any kind of installations here, but to at least sell the item to you. Should be an easy enough swap on your end, I'm sure.
My apologies, madam. I do not have the money for this. I bid you adieu.
Wait. Is Jared around? He always gives me a really good price.
No, my brother is not here today, but do you have anything else that you could offer to help with any trade, something to give some value in return?
Let me check my Palm Pilot.
Oh, pilot.
It's a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
They're still using Palm Pilots.
How about you just, when Jared gets back, you can tell him Harry Johnson and your bus stopped by and you sold it to him for 2,000 credits.
Give me a persuasion check.
17.
All right, we can make I'm sure that if we can make 2,000 credits work on our end, certainly that would be an acceptable price.
Beautiful. See,
So
me and Jared
kinda-
go way back, so
He has mentioned your name before, so yes, I do believe you. But anyway, she'll start kind of holding out the lens replacement in one hand and extending the other, waiting for the credits.
all right, I gave her 2,000 credits.
And she passes over. Wonderful pleasure doing business with you. Is there anything else that you'd be interested in?
I believe that is everything. Anything else?
Things that I can afford. Thank you very much, best friend.
Of course, best friend. You know I'd do anything for you.
Umbrun said you are very generous.
I am to best friends. Anybody else? I see how I feel.
That is a good policy to have.
Yeah. Bye,
Do
Laura.
you need anything from me? Bye, Laura.
Have a good day.
I mean, wait, Laura, do you know anybody that can install this, or do you know how to install it yourself?
I mean, I think it's just kind of as simple as unplug the one pin and then pull out the panel and then slide the other one in and plug the pin back in.
Hunk, you got that, right?
We
We what?
can do this.
Oh, we can do this. We can do this. Let's go. Bye, Laura. Thank you again. And we will leave.
I believe just Alo has recently wandered off. Gonna meet up with H4 and Harry in just a second. But back on the ship, I believe we still have at least Dread and R5. R5, the diagnostics are basically just about done, but Dread, what are you doing while you're kind of getting a little bit of solo time after, I believe, throwing Granny off of the ship?
I'm gonna go ahead and check on R5, I think.
Sure. Yeah, he's just up in the cockpit.
Up to the cockpit. Hey, R5, how's the diagnostics doing?
I mean, still got a little bit of time left until repairs are all done, but diagnostics are alright.
Such a space worthy?
Space worthy, sure, but we just might have something fall off before we get to our next destination. Nothing important, but something still fall off.
I mean, 5 minutes is fine. It's easy.
Like,
And he'll just like turn and like vacantly stare down the hallway for a bit, and he'll turn back around and look at R5 again. You know what?
alright, as in you want to get this space?
He'll just look back down the hallway again and turn back around.
I mean, do you mind waiting for the rest of the crew to get here before leaving?
Red's gonna look down the hallway a third time.
None of those have been yes or no answers. It's...
He'll just go.
Is there like, do you want to go? What are you looking for? I don't see anything.
Yeah.
So I'll get back to the diagnostics, and you let me know once you actually see something or would like to talk.
You really don't see it, do you?
Okay, see what? I've seen a lot here. There's a station. Yes. What else?
Why don't you go take a closer look?
At.
He just looks down the hallway again.
All right, I'll look down the hallway.
I mean, it's the hallway.
Do you actually like move into the hallway, or do you just like look?
I'll move into the hallway.
Okay, I'd like to hit the hatch to close the door to the cockpit as soon as he leaves.
Yeah, he rolls out, and right as soon as R5 you step out, you hear the sound of the door just slam down behind you. You also hear the sound of like a ding as if it was like a toaster finishing as the diagnostics complete back in the cockpit.
Awesome.
All right. I'm gonna use the ship's communications to try to I don't know if there's a way to do like a secure line using the ship's communications, but I'd like to attempt to.
You can give me a technology check. It's a fairly high DC. You won't know if the encryption succeeds or not either way, but you can at least try to encrypt it.
24.
Solid. You're pretty happy with your encryption level, but yeah.
Okay. I'll send a transmission to Huntail and just say, all right, we're looking to hit a very low tone of voice. We're looking to head out in about 5 or so minutes, heading straight to Kamino. So if you've got other business, just, let me know. Do you have a rendezvous plan, or should we just kind of look for you?
I will have my ship ready to fly momentarily. Just wait for me for a second outside of Cascadia, and I'll pull my ship up nearby, and we will be able to sync up our hyperspace jumps.
Over and out. And he'll lean against the button to reopen the hatch. He'll be like, "Oh, would you look at that? Sorry."
See, I knew the lights would scare you out of there.
Oh, you were messing with the lights.
Well, yeah, I mean, I have tried.
You do
knocking on
realize
the
I can
door.
see in the dark, so I had no idea that's what you were doing.
So anyway, the diagnostics are probably done by now.
Yeah, I heard.
So what was that? Yeah. So,
Yeah, you're able to roll on in, and you just get a quick glance at the panels, and basically it's all systems are go, other than the parts that you know where it's like, oh yeah, still an exposed port where the stealth, the stealth generator is still being finished up, but everything else is ready to go.
if only there weren't so many of these crew members that need oxygen, we could be on our way. But nope, a little bit more work. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine.
I'll leave you to that. I'm gonna go figure out where everybody else is in the first place. And he starts heading out.
Yeah, as you start heading out, just so we know, R5, are you following along?
Yeah, you know what? I'll follow along.
All right, so yeah, the two of you start making your way out off the ship. So we've got, I believe, Granny. What were you doing? Were you starting to follow Alo as he was kind of leaving the hangar?
Yes.
All right, and so yeah, we'll go ahead and pick up right where last time we left off. Alo, Harry, and H4, you all have kind of reunited in the area just like at the edge of the hangar, and Granny just came up behind you, Alo, in particular.
I thought I'd asked you to stay back at the ship. It's not safe for a small lady such as yourself here.
A very rude man threw me off.
Yeah, that's sounds like dread. He'll look at Harry and say, she kind of just started following me. But I don't know if we want to sort of like take her with us, if we have room.
Be polite and introduce me to your friends, Johnny.
Sorry. And Alo kind of catches himself answering to Johnny, which seems to be troubling him. So this is just some random lady that I met like 5 minutes ago, and she's following me around, calling me Johnny, and
Wait, I thought your name was Alo.
Yes, you were introduced to me as Alo.
It is Alo.
So why is she calling you Johnny?
Oh, I don't know. She just sort of.
I will be updating my records.
Please don't update anything.
Also,
That's,
Johnny.
No. Johnny's not a real person. Just sort of.
I have much memory for your file.
No, my fight. It's just Alo. All right, Alo. There's no Johnny. Can we go now? I think the ship's ready.
Where are we going?
I think. That is if the captain allows it. I think I heard mention of Kamino. Fred seems to want to go there, so I think that's sort of next on our docket.
Why do you call him Johnny, old lady?
Who?
I don't know if we should engage her, because it's just going to encourage her to talk more.
You, be quiet. Let Granny speak.
I mean, the age difference is quite... But,
I like the big furry man. He's nice and lets me talk. Everyone else just always throws me off ships and stops me from saying things.
Please, speak.
Hello. I don't actually have anything to say, but I appreciate your kindness.
What is your name?
Granny.
Granny? That is your name?
That's
or your designation?
That's like actually your name?
Yes.
Granny?
Both.
All right. So if we're done,
You said Kamino?
I think that's what Dredd said. He wants to go to Kamino.
Is the ship ready for Kamino? It is
when
no
I left,
submarination functions.
I don't know. When I left, they were doing diagnostics. They're probably done by now, but I don't know if it's going to need further work to operate there. We'll find out by going back. Let's go ask little mechanic.
Hold on.
Actually, just about at this point, Dredd and R5 would catch up to the rest of you as you're all standing around talking. But yes, Harry, continue.
Hold on. Why does she keep calling you Granny? I mean, why does she keep calling you John?
I don't know. It really doesn't matter.
Johnny.
It's
He's gonna go up closer to Alo. What is your real name?
it's Alo. It's I don't know who Johnny is.
So why does she keep calling you Johnny?
Because
What?
Actually, I'm sorry. I need to make a quick announcement. And he kind of turns to face the group. Now, I know I had a nice long career as captain of this ship, but unfortunately, I am going to be stepping down, and I would like to introduce all of you to our new captain, Captain Harry Inyaba. So if we could just all
I get two springs slapping against each other.
It's
Is
a
this the part
horrible grating sound that just
It's awful.
screeches off the walls. Everybody winces a little bit. Like, it's like,
Alo's regretting this.
Is this the part where I wake up from sleep mode screaming?
No, he is. So,
No, I mean you just just gave it up. What happened?
You know, I don't think it was a good fit.
You were captain for an hour or so?
It was a great long career. We did a lot together. When I say a lot, I mean nothing at all. But I will always
We did more
remember. I know. He kind of puts a hand on the droid's head. I know. Well, I'm always going to treasure the time we had together. No one can take that away from us. We will always
Wait,
have...
are you leaving the crew as well, or?
No, but I'm just sort of stepping down. I'm going to have a much, in the background position, I think.
He got demoted.
But I don't think that's really what we have to... We don't need terms like that. We can just say that it was a fair trade of power. No one was demoted. We just...
No, that's a pretty clear demotion.
There is a ranking hierarchy on this ship.
Well,
and
I think...
Therefore, you got demoted from a hierarchy.
And you just gave it to the guy who just stepped down from his leadership position.
I figured since he's been in a leadership position, he's better suited for it than I am. I've never done anything like this, so, he just won a war here. So, I think he's got very good credentials.
H4. You know what? I think we should just trust that Halo's got a good reason. He wouldn't just betray his position like that.
Oh, absolutely not. I think those are strong words. R4, is the ship ready to go? Ship ready for takeoff?
You know what? We don't need oxygen. It's ready.
Damn. Well, actually, half of the crew does need oxygen.
Well, okay, no, it's not ready yet. Last parts are still being installed.
Are we going to ignore that we are going to a planet that is all water and our ship is not prepared for it?
Wait, our ship isn't prepared for that.
Were we planning on going underwater?
R5, did you not order the amphibious conversion kit?
The amphibious what? No, I just gotta say.
This is just typical. Okay, so we got.
Wait, when was that mentioned?
Thanks,
I was
R5.
never told to
Thanks
get
a lot.
one.
I said we were going to a water planet. What do you think we were supposed to do with the ship, R5?
Land on somewhere where there's no water. There
modifications.
are platforms out there somewhere. I don't know where we need to go on this planet, but we can work around that.
Do you know what Kamino is?
Pretty
Do you have
much.
any recollection of what happened there? You want to find a platform on Kamino?
I mean, there's got to be some left, even with the Clone Wars, but.
So I guess we're looking for a sub and a way to keep our ship in space.
Kamino doesn't
Or
make any
unless we had even
suggestions?
more time on this space station.
If we need to keep the ship in orbit, there is another droid on the ship. In low power mode, can potentially navigate the ship. His batteries are, as someone put it, Banta sheet. But I believe if we keep him plugged in and in low power mode, he could keep it in orbit.
Okay, well that would save us some time. Then all we need to do is find a submarine and a way to mount it.
I will go wake up Sleepy.
Yeah, alright. R5, H4, why don't you two go deal with a droid? Ari, make
why
sure that, I remember bits and pieces about Sleeper. So, why don't you go with him just in case he wakes up?
You don't give me
Meanwhile,
orders. I give you orders. I'm the captain.
That wasn't an order, that was a request.
It sound like an order. I'm not done with you, Alo. Or Jonathan.
Suggestion.
Or Johnny. Or Jack. Whatever they call you.
Or a no.
Halo. That's.
I heard a no in there as one.
Darn.
Oh,
No, you
Alo
didn't.
as well.
No, you didn't. You didn't hear that.
I'm a big fan of, why don't we just shorten it to the first two letters, call them J-O?
How about N-O?
Lost my identity. 3 seconds.
How about I see you guys back at the ship?
Perfect. Sounds
Sure.
good to me.
Alright, so
Hello,
Oh, sorry, you go.
Rainy. Let's go shopping.
Ooh, I love shopping. Let's go.
I'm going with the group that isn't with Granny.
Alright, so it's gonna be just Dread and Granny going to go shop for a submarine then.
As Ayla starts
Perfect.
walking off, Greg's just gonna go, where do you think you're going, Jonathan?
I figured you had this under control with Granny. I'm not really, I don't really.
Why
have
did you
any-
answer to Jonathan?
I don't know.
It seems obvious.
What are you doing here?
How about I go back to the ship? and just, make sure that it's still there and
It's
keep guard.
there.
Let's go back to the ship.
Yes, let's.
I actually had need for your particular set of skills there, Halo.
All right. Very well. I'll go with Dren. Dren and Granny it is.
So splitting up. So we've got Dread, Alo, and Granny going to go buy a sub, and then
I'm gonna go with them to buy the sub.
okay, and H4. So,
Okay, yeah.
so just R5 and Harry going back to the ship.
Yep. Just Harry and R5 are going back to the ship.
All right, cool. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the submarine stuff first. Yeah, there's plenty of. There aren't really car dealerships effectively, but you can kind of go around to hangars and stuff, and that's where you'd expect to find various types of ships and things like that might be available for purchase. You ask around, you're able to find a vendor who is interested in sounds like there's literally one person on the entire station who has a submarine because it's in space, and ships built for space don't need to be able to withstand the kind of thing, the friction of going through water, relatively speaking. So yeah, you guys are able to pretty quickly find this person in a hangar just a few sectors down. It's a Celestin salesman who goes by the name of Kolas. Oh, howdy there! I hear that you've been asking about a submarine around all this station now. How can I help you? I got a fine vessel sitting right over here. And he gestures to a very sleek, comes to a fine point towards the back, pretty rounded front. Somewhat of a glass looking top to it, some very much metal siding. The front, the glass wraps around the front so that whoever's driving it could see down in front of the sub as well as up above.
What are we talking about in terms of passenger capacity?
Well, I mean, depends on what species you're talking about in terms of how much you can actually fit. But if we're talking about just actual, regulation seated capacity, this thing can seat up about 8 people. Now, if you're cramming people in and they're willing to stand, that's a lot more, but I don't know if I'd recommend that going through some heavy currents and tides and whatnot. That might toss you around a little bit.
Do the seats have good cushions?
Well, now, that is a good question. The previous owner refurbished this with some fine quality leather, went and put the best kind of stuffing on the inside, but they only did it for the front 4 seats of the 8. So if you want to get that primo cushion that will, I presume, help with any kind of maladies you may be suffering under, ma'am, you'd want to take one of those front seats. I'm sure these fine gentlemen would be happy to concede one of those seats to you.
I call shotgun.
Dred's gonna look over to Alo and whisper, "Do you believe a word of this?"
I don't think it matters. This is the only submarine I think that it's the only option we have right now.
Is he behind a counter? Is he out in the open?
Oh yes. So this is a couple hangars down. Basically, you're kind of just meeting in the middle. There's random people just kind of walking around. Nobody's actually passed through your little group where you're standing and talking, but you're just kind of out in the open. He has a much larger freighter docked right next to it. He basically had somebody from his crew bring the sub out onto the side, so he's kind of in the middle of the big hangar.
Wait, Dave, does it look like it can fit on the Mayday, or how is it?
It looks like you could definitely you could basically attach it to the side of the Mayday. You figure him saying you could fit a lot more might be generous, but it definitely looks like it can seat 8 people. But it's not. But it's very limited amounts of space that you have.
Okay.
Can I? This thing's a bad idea.
I always
Maybe
encourage
I'll do
bad
it.
ideas. Go.
There's
Okay,
no such
bad
thing as a
idea.
bad idea, just stupid ones.
Can I pretend to have a panel pop out and hit him from my body?
Pretend to have.
Well, I want the panel to come out, but I don't want him to think that I am attacking him. But I am gonna attack him.
Like
So he
you're
wants to
gonna
make it
feint an attack?
feel
So
accidental.
you were trying. So do you actually want to cause
I
damage
guess.
to this person, or?
No, I want to do this thing to him, which I have to make an attack roll, but then it does no damage.
Yeah, So let's see. He definitely will at least suspect that you're doing something to mess with him, but you can try to lie your way out of it afterwards. But yeah, you could make an attack roll intentionally knowing that you'll do this and not deal damage to him.
Okay.
Yeah, just because it very specifically says they know that you tried to, so you just basically have to try to gaslight him. What'd you roll?
Okay. It's a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely hits. So he needs to roll a charisma saving throw for your for the camera. What's your what ability are you using?
I am using Extort Truth. They need to make a charisma saving throw, otherwise they are forced to speak the truth. For 1 minute. And all charisma checks directed at the creature are made with advantage for the duration.
Nice. What is your save DC?
My save DC is super high. It's 13.
13. Ooh, baby. Let's see what he rolled. Yeah, unfortunately, that's a 12 on the dice, so he does succeed on that saving throw.
My apologies. That penalty is not very well done. It is a problem with my maker. Not me, a lowly droid.
Give me a deception check.
I'm just going to use my Vow of Fate and take a 17, which with my deception is a 16.
Jiminy. Okay.
Wow.
Let's see how he does. Okay. Yeah, you still, it was like, just kind of gives you a weird side eye. He actively takes like a couple steps away from you, but he's like, all right, man. Okay, so now here's the deal. This ship has been barely flown and barely submerged underwater, just long enough to make sure it's airtight and all that. Only gone on a couple small salvage missions here or there, more scouting for the salvage so they can bring in a proper piece of kit. But this will definitely get you around. If you're down underwater without hitting a proper recharge station or oxygen point, then that's I'll be amazed this thing will last for days. Now, I'm willing to part with it. I'm borderline about to sell this to you at a loss, you understand. I'm willing to part with this for 17,000 credits.
Any chance you can get him lower?
I'm pretty good at haggling. Would you like me to try?
Let's see if she can earn
Brett
her
just
sight.
raises a mechanical eyebrow and just gestures for her to go in.
Alright, Granny's gonna approach.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to cast Coerce Mind on this guy.
Yep, she sure
Which
is.
is, Jedi mind trick. And,
Sure is.
and she's going to heighten it, which means he has to roll his saving throw at disadvantage.
Oh, she's a sorcerer. Oh, shit.
All right, so what's your saving throw, DC?
It is 16.
Okay, cool. Just double checking all the wording of that.
I believe I have to actually make my statement before he rolls.
Okay, good
Based
to
on the
know.
wording.
Yeah, that'd be good to do. Let me just finish reading what it does real quick. Wow, that's a long time for concentration on that one. All right, yeah. So, he sees you kind of approaching out of this huddle. He's like, oh, yes, ma'am. Did you have any other particular questions I could answer about this vehicle? I'm sure we could have some proper back support installed in one of the seats if you're interested in that kind of thing.
Well, back in my day, things were much cheaper than they are now. Maybe you could give us the senior citizen discount and bump the price down to 12,000 credits.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and roll that wisdom saving throw. Is what way does Granny kind of express her manipulation of the Force? Like, you got the classic Obi-Wan and like Qui-Gon just kind of waving their hand at a person.
Yeah, let's go with that. It's a classic.
Yeah, nice. So yeah, Granny, you kind of reach her hand up. You see his head his eyes kind of start to squint a little bit. He's kind of like, what? And then,
Dave, can I
Okay.
sense she's using the Force?
do you have sense force power active? Right?
No, I don't. I don't think I do.
I mean, when I see her wave her arm, Can I pull out my little detector device?
Sure. It'll, yeah, you can definitely pull out your detector device. He rolled, sorry, what was your DC again, Jackie?
16.
16. Yeah, that was a 12 on the dice, so he fails. You all see his eyes begin to squint, and then he kind of gets a little bit vacant in his expression. Oh, yeah, no, man. Of course, ma'am, I would be most happy to accommodate and give you a senior discount on this kind of thing. That is, like I said, I was already borderline, but you know what? You just seem nice enough that I'm willing to sell it to you at that loss. I think you'll make a good, fine owner for this. Just make sure you go ahead and pass my name along in case if anybody's ever interested in another submersible vehicle or vehicle of any kind. And yeah, H4, you start kind of getting the trailing effects of like the lingering force having been manipulated. You're pretty positive based on the tail of it coming off that was Granny using the force. You just you weren't active at the moment of the spike as it happened, but you're pretty confident. And he's like, oh yes, and by the way, of course, like I said, my name is Kolas. Please do tell your friends. Do you have a hangar that I could have this delivered to for you? Maybe we'd be happy to affix it to any kind of ship you may have as well. So I'm sure you'll need to, unless if you have a ship large enough with its own internal hangar, then we can deliver it to that, but I shouldn't be making assumptions. How can I help deliver this to you, I suppose?
No, that'll work, and I'll give them the details about where we're parked. And
yeah, you can sort it out.
I'll also ask, can we get also 5 rebreathers along with that? I heard briefly
of
or
course.
something.
Like I
about
said, those are 300 a pace. Normally, I do that is me selling it to you at cost. I'm sorry, I cannot go any lower than that.
No, it's fine. 1,500 sounds perfect.
All right, happy to provide. He'll kind of go and do a couple little snaps, and one of the various crew members of his will run back into their main ship and come out with just like an armful of like these little rebreathers, and he'll go and stow them inside the ship in a couple compartments.
Of course, he had them in the office.
Of course he did. All right,
That's 13,500, right? Just for my
in
math.
total, yes, 13,500 in
Okay.
total for the submarine and for the rebreathers.
That's the best power in the game. Money.
Money. All right, now is there anything else
Just
I
like
can do
real
for your
life?
fine folks today, or do you have, or do you mind? I do have a few other inquiring customers, but you were here first. I want to make sure I service you appropriately.
Were we going to buy this submarine?
No more requests.
Who, H?
H is not even remotely looking at you. His reticle on the top of his head is zipping back and forth between the two of them now.
Nothing?
Would Elo notice that?
Which thing in particular? The droid.
The
actively
droid
pivoting.
the
The droid that has previously been staring at you.
is
nonstop
now
between you and
splitting its
the
attention.
other person. Yeah,
Yes.
you notice the droid that does not respond to a question and just is staring at you and another person.
Okay.
All right then. Well, I'll let you get back to your days. Thank you so much for your business. If there's anything ever wrong with that ship, please do call me right away. I'm happy to provide repair services. I bid you a farewell, ma'am, and sirs, and have a good day. And he'll turn around and kind of start getting back to other things.
Hi, Jonathan.
I'm not answering. I'm gonna just keep looking up
We're all looking at you. H4 is looking at you now.
the sends now.
I believe he is talking to you.
Do we need to get name tags? Because we can get name tags if that'll like put an end to this. I'm all for name tags if we want to do that.
My body rolls up and shows you H4 and K on his body.
What?
Does that say hunk?
That is what Harry Johnson in your bottom calls me.
I know, I don't like that. I'm gonna go with honk.
All right. So we got our sub. I think we're ready to go.
Yeah, I suppose.
Perfect.
Why are you looking at H4 like that?
I don't know. Never noticed how lopsided he is. Just wondering how he like moves around. It's kind of weird.
I will speak to that language just you and I know. How do you know this old woman?
So, right, back to the ship, and we can have liftoff. And Alo will uncomfortably start walking back to the Mayday. He doesn't like this at all.
Right. You all
That's
start.
when I thought I knew what everybody was doing. I didn't know what they were doing, but I miss when I at least thought I did.
As Dread.
I'm going to.
Oh yeah, sorry, you go.
I just roll up to Granny and just kind of like, I get in her way even though I know she can see me, and I just, in a tongue that you don't recognize, I'm assuming because I made it up, just ask, how old are you?
Oh, hello, little robot. Is there something you want?
Very well, play your games. I will monitor you as well.
Granny hunches over even further to pat you on the head.
There's a slight purring sound.
What?
Indeed. As you're petting, let's jump back over to the Mayday. It's been a little bit, but yeah, so we're going to go reel back a little bit to when Harry and R5 return onto the Mayday to go wake up something on the ship.
Yep. I'll try to look for ways to get access to the systems and link them up to any droids that are already taking a nap on here.
Okay. I mean, you know that there's a few access panels and things like that where you can plug a droid into it. You know, I mean, you kind of thrive off of getting that power occasionally, so you know kind of where all of those are. But both of you would remember from quite a long time ago where last when a particular assassin droid that has the designation of the Sleeper, SL33PR, was stashed in one of the various smuggling compartments that you have aboard the ship. So you can kind of go over to that compartment and you can open it up if you want to do that and pull the droid out. And so yeah.
So how are you gonna? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you pull them out.
I'll pull them out.
There's like the back, just like kind of like little toggle where you can flip whether if he's in that activated or powered down mode. It just goes and kind of raises his head. It's like a very kind of almost ice cream cone shape extending off of the top. That it wasn't that much of an angle, but it was very much like tucked up into an almost fetal position, and it extends out with its
Just
long, kind of very thin arms and legs extending up. And it's got its one little red eye that's kind of circles around. It's like, where have you brought me?
Oh, we're still on the Mayday.
I can see that. Have you acquired a proper bounty hunting identification eyepiece for me?
About that, we were thinking, we heard we might be able to get one on Kamino, potentially.
Kamino?
Yeah, planet, watery, history of cloning.
I don't have any record of a Kamino in my databases. How far
not
into the
tragic.
Clone
Update?
Wars are we now? How long have I been deactivated?
Remember way back when we were on that one space station?
That seemed like moments ago. I have been powered down, at least on that station.
I've been on and off. Harry, how long would you say it's been?
Let's go with 4
You've been on
years.
this whole time.
You left me powered off for 4 cycles.
4 cycles. That's what I meant.
It was his call.
Is there a bounty hunters guild on this station to which I can go inquire about further jobs?
No, but there is one on Kamino.
Again, I have no record of this Kamino that you are talking about.
Well, it's a water planet, and you're gonna be there to. Oh God. I look over to R5. Do you think he's gonna leave us?
Well, with that attitude, then yeah, I guess that's a possibility.
Yeah. So you're here to maintain the ship, and what if I give you clues around the ship that you have to look for things? That's kind of bounty hunting, right?
You think me a child to give me a scavenger hunt on a single ship? I would complete it far too quickly. We would not even leave hyperspace by the time it was done.
Ooh.
What
I
is
don't
our
know why we ever
location?
turned you off. It's actually Cascadia.
Cascadia. Affirmative. I have a record of Cascadia in my memory banks. There is no known bounty hunter guild on this station at this time.
Nope.
You know we did have a
go
bounty
to
hunter.
Kamino, if there is a bounty hunters guild there, I will seek other work. But if not, will you take me somewhere that has work for me to do?
Yeah, we can do that.
I can operate far
yeah.
more better independently. Far more better independently.
And you know what? After 4 years of being tucked away, you have earned it.
Yes,
I'd
I
say
think
it's-
that is only fair. How many credits will I be compensated for this?
Oh no, that's Harry's job. That's you have
Yes.
to talk to him.
Apologies, I didn't mean to direct it at Harry. You usually
I'ma
seem
switch
to
him
have
off
more
real
credits
quick.
for some reason.
Okay, well we need him to pilot the ship, so what?
Okay.
You're gonna
what are
have
you
to
supposed to
compensate.
do? Aren't you supposed to like connect them to the ship or something? I don't know how this
You want
works.
it? You just shut him off instead of answering how much you were going to pay him. That we should resolve that before we put him in charge of the entire ship.
Umbrin Boone said no droids get paid.
Well, oh, where's he? Where's he? Do I see an
He
Umbrin?
made me a captain, and I'm following captain's orders.
Umbrin did not make you the captain. That was he made Alo the captain,
I
and then
don't know.
Alo somehow fumbled it and it landed in your lap.
Well, ask Hunk that. Hunk said Umbrin thought I would be the good captain, so guess what? Here I am.
Hunk just met you. Also, is it Hunk? I thought it was H4 and K. Where did Hunk come from?
It was either that or Hafornk. And that didn't seem any good, so...
Hank?
there-
If
Why
you
would it be
replace the
Hank?
4 with an A, because it kind of looks...
Yeah, but a 4 has a U part, so might as well keep it as a hunk. I don't know. What should I pay him? 500 credits? Is that good enough?
Well, okay, look at it this way. You are putting an assassin droid in charge of the ship. We are presumably going off of the ship and relying on him to get us back into space. I'd say whatever he wants.
Okay. I turn him on.
How much are you
credits?
paying me?
Oh, how much credits are you looking for?
My usual fee would be 2,000 credits for something as simple as piloting a ship around.
Turn him off.
Yep.
God
See?
damn, that's too much. What do you
What?
mean,
Th-
2,000
no.
credits?
I could pay him that.
Oh, you have credits to give him?
Yeah?
Oh, then give him that. I ain't paying him.
You're the captain. You're supposed to be the one paying him. That's kind of part of your job as captain.
So you're gonna
You did-
give me the 2,000 credits, and I'll give him the 2,000 credits, making it seem like I did pay him.
Wait, don't you have 2,000 credits?
Why would I have 2,000 credits?
Oh, I don't know, mister. I was just the leader of a gang a day ago.
Yeah, I left all my money with the gang. Duh.
Can I do an insight check on that?
Yeah, you can do an insight check. And Kirby, give me a
Oh, dear.
give me a dissuasion check.
Dissuasion.
Dissuasion.
What am I
Okay,
rolling?
so the insight was a 9.
Okay. Kirby, if you want, you can just roll a d20 and message
Okay.
me like directly which check you're doing. I know what your modifiers are. So yeah, Esther, you can just roll a charisma check. I know what the correct modifiers are.
Okay, charisma check. Charisma check. Charisma check. Where are you? Here we are.
Yeah. I mean, it's okay. I know the answer.
Okay.
For this particular one. But yeah, R5. Harry seems to be honest.
So you really are that serious about the whole just leaving down the gang that you seemed really passionate about, but now you're just leaving it all with them?
Yeah, I made an announcement in front of everybody.
Which I still think that Sun Tzu or Machiavelli would have some very alarming questions for, but whatever. You need how many? You need 2,000, right?
Yes.
Fine. But seriously, you should try to get your own credit so we don't have to do this every single time, because that's just gonna get old.
Okay, I'll go rob somebody and murder people. It's okay.
Just take the credit chip and... Yeah, I'm not recording. Okay, we're good.
Okay. I take the 2,000 credits from him, and I turn Sleeper back on. You know what? It sounds fair. Here you go, 2,000 credits from me.
Hold. I will accept 1,000 upfront and 1,000 upon completion of the job. I am a professional. This is how things are meant to be done.
Turn him off real quick. Hey, do you have any more to give him a tip?
Wait, did you seriously, like, not even
I actually
pocket
like
change?
that. I mean, like, 1,000 credits up front, and then the 1,000 when the job is done. That's pretty cool. I gotta tip him for something. You got, like, I don't know, like 50 extra credits?
We'll tip him. We tip him afterwards, when the job's done.
We could tip
Like,
him
yeah,
twice, so
sure.
he'll be all like, "Damn, you guys are really good to me."
No, that is how you get taken advantage of.
Oh. Okay.
Welcome to captaining.
You're right. Okay, we'll give him the tip afterwards. Turn it back on.
Okay. Alright.
Okay, here you go. 1,000 credits.
Agreement has been made. I must request that you stop activating my switch. I do have a safety mechanism, and you will lose a finger if you try it again. And he will turn and start walking towards the cockpit.
Oh God, I want to try now. Oh, damn, he's gone. Okay.
Yeah.
Connect them to the ship. However,
Yep.
whatever
Do it.
you need to do.
R5, I am capable of piloting a ship. I do not require additional connections.
Oh damn, we might replace you.
I have no interest in replacing you. This is simply a job to get me to where I want to be.
No,
As
by
soon as
all
we are
means,
done with
I
Kamino,
am-
I will leave this hunk of junk to you to pilot for the rest of your miserable days.
Wow, how many more miserable days do you have?
20.
Oh, you have 20.
Well, he does. My line of work,
man.
it's hard to tell.
Think you're gonna die in 20 days.
I do not actually know if it is 20 days. I just felt like that was an interesting number to pick.
Sorry, I
But
zoned out for a
regardless,
bit. Do
I
you mean
need
a
to
natural death or
check
death
in.
by asteroid or?
He goes over and he starts like checking the computer and seeing what the new star charts are. R5 and Harry. Did the two of you have anything else you wanted to do now that Sleeper is up and active?
Yeah, I mean, if there's anything that I could do to help get the ship ready faster or try to help installing new stuff.
I mean, if you just want to spend the rest, you can spend the rest of your time helping. It'll technically be faster, but the ship's about. So you can do that. You'll go start helping them. Anything for Harry that he wants to do?
Harry wants to check Alo's room.
I don't think he locked it. Did you lock it, Matt?
I didn't lock it. No, I haven't locked it since Paul went rummaging through it. So no, still haven't locked it.
Let's do it again.
Excuse me, Dread went rummaging through it.
Sorry,
Okay,
Trey.
yeah,
Yes.
you can. You can. Harry,
I did
you
nothing.
can go into Alo's room. Anything in particular you're looking for, or just generally scoping around the place?
I'm just looking around, saying,
All right, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
if I was a Jonathan pretending to be a Alo, where would I keep my stuff?
Toss his room. Toss his room.
Investigation.
Oh, it's Harry. There's no way it's a subtle investigation.
11.
Oh boy.
All right. I mean, you go in there. It's a bunk. Alo has spent, I think, all of maybe 2 nights total in that room. He, as far as I'm aware, he didn't really leave much behind. Kind of carries most of what he owns on his person at any given time. It's mostly the bunk that was there before Alo moved in. Well, all the rooms come equipped with some level of communicator.
He's gonna check between the mattresses.
You go and check between the mattresses. There's nothing in between the mattresses.
Damn. He's gonna leave the bed up and just walk out.
Yes. Good.
Yes.
Oh, I love it. Okay.
Okay.
Now wait, is he
Did-
leaving the
did I-
mattress up or is he leaving the whole bed up?
Oh, the
Did
whole
I
bed.
Did I notice any of this
Well,
happening?
I mean, it's like a bunk built into a small cabin on a ship. Like the bed itself, like just goes and kind of folds in for the sake of space if you want to make it into a storage compartment. but it's kind of just like a little bit whip skew because of like the mattress pad that's in between, so it doesn't close quite all the way.
Okay, that's fine.
Do I notice any of this while I'm helping out with the ship?
I mean, it's Harry. He's not exactly subtle, but you are outside of the ship, so you do
Gotcha.
not notice him rummaging through anybody's stuff.
Alright.
All right, and then I'm gonna go into was he basically in the captain's quarters?
Halo.
Never got a chance to move in.
I don't think he's had the chance to.
Never got a chance to
You
move
stuck
in.
with your same room.
Yeah.
Yeah, because all the rooms were effectively the same. They were just kind of all going around that circular shape that the YT 1300 has.
Okay, I'm
he
gonna go into
He
the.
did not take over Umbrid's room. He kept his own room.
I will go into the captain's quarters,
Okay, you go into what once was Umbrid's room.
and he just gets down on his knees and starts. Umbrid, why? Why
you
did
do
you
hear-
have to leave?
Yeah, R5, you hear this Wookiee. I'm assuming you basically go back into your native Wookiee language. And
Yep.
I make myself busy with work.
And with that, let's go ahead and jump back over to the rest of the crew. Dread, I believe you had something you wanted to do. Do you want to bring everybody else along for it, or did you want to slip off?
Yeah, I kind of want to just slip off and leave the three of these.
Okay. Are you trying to stealth away, or do you
Confusing
just want to kind of
parties.
just tell them?
I would never stealth away from my crew.
Like some people.
I will tell. I'll say to Ayla and Granny, I forgot to. I was gonna pick something up along the way, so I'll meet you at the ship, and I'll have it in tow, hopefully.
What are you picking up?
Well, I figure that we might need a backup brain because as much as I trust Ari and R5's judgment, I don't trust Ari and R5's judgment. So I'm gonna go see if I can get a droid that will do the job.
You sure we've got room for another one?
But I mean, we're not gonna need him on the sub, so probably.
Halo won't press, so let him go.
So yeah, Alo's or not, Dread splits off. Dread splits off from the rest of you. It's a little. You're kind of like most of the way over to the towards the refinery. That's kind of where you'd expect to find X2 in particular. But before you even actually get to the inside, you do see X2 kind of like wheeling around outside of the entrance as you're like floating your way down the hall. He doesn't seem to have noticed you yet. Oh, hello! Raises one hand, like starts waving at you.
What's going on here?
Well, there are a couple of other droids I was supposed to go off and beat up another shopkeep with, but you know they're running a little behind. I think 999's dealing with something. And they needed to do some more work. But technically, we're not supposed to be going out and beating people up. We're supposed to lay low or something stupid and boring like that. But anyway, what can I help you with?
Well, I was just gonna say we're headed off to out into the great, the big black.
Oh, that's a shame. I thought you were supposed to be helping us.
Well, I mean, the gang's gonna help you with something, I suppose. But that's we're
all right.
They didn't exactly take to us being a part of it anymore.
You know, that sounds like very much a you awkward personal situation that I'm just gonna not get in the middle of.
Yeah, it's totally fine. Anyway, I figured I'd offer you the opportunity of a lifetime to see the stars, travel the galaxy, place to place, maybe blow up a few ships in the process.
Blowing up ships, you said? Yeah, that sounds great. This place
How
is
do you
turning into
feel,
a dump anyway. Half the refinery's not even operational anymore. 999's just been holed up in his office all day, just wasted away, not actually doing anything productive.
How do you feel like being the brain of a YT 1300?
Do you need to separate my brain from my body?
Do you mind?
What kind of restrictions are being put on me once I'm inserted into the system?
I mean, don't blow us up, but that's about it.
Oh yeah, sure. Just recommendations of not doing things. Yeah, no, I can work with that. Yeah, that sounds great.
Cool. All right. Yeah, let's go.
away we go. And he'll just follow you wherever you lead him.
Yeah, I'll take him back to the ship.
All right. So H4, Granny, and Alo, anything that you guys want to do? Are you heading back to the ship, or what's the plan there for you three?
So Alo will sort of take this moment to address Granny. So, who are you, really?
Granny.
Why are you here, exactly?
Well, I saw you over there, so I thought I'd come say hi.
So you can see things?
No.
So when you say you see things, how exactly do you see them then?
Well, there's more than one way to see things, you know. Not just with ocular organs.
Speaking of ocular organs, I noticed you've got you're sort of missing yours, yeah?
I am?
Well, not to alarm
Granny starts touching right here.
Well,
Why would you tell her like this?
I thought
You have to be gentle
thought
about
she
such
knew. I
things.
thought she knew.
where are my eyes?
What
Did you
do with
take
her
my
eyes?
eyes?
I didn't touch your eyes. I thought you knew they were missing since you've got the whole bandana thing going on. So
What a horrible young man stealing an old woman's eyes!
I didn't. And Alo's kind of like looking around, making sure no one's watching this. I didn't steal her
There are a
eyes.
few passersby who like kind of start like looking, kind of side-eyeing as like they're going a little bit faster. A couple of them start to speed up as they hear all of this happening.
Am I being punished? Are you punished? Did someone send you? Is this like
This will be noted in your file.
hoodoo? All right. I guess you're coming with us then. You know, we're going to like an ocean world, and it's not going to be very comfortable for someone as advanced in years as you. I don't know if you really want to come with us. You might be safer here.
I need to keep my eye on you. No, I can't, because you took them.
I didn't take your
But I'm
eyes.
going to keep watching you.
I didn't take
Make sure you don't steal anything else.
We will both be keeping an eye on
Right,
you.
and that brings me to you.
And why would you ever want her to leave?
I'm just saying it.
She is not to be discarded.
Of course not. Speaking of watching people, I've noticed you've sort of taken an interest in us. Is there a reason for that?
Says, you are both very interesting.
What makes us interesting over the rest of the crew?
I think you know exactly why you're interesting.
I'll respond back in the language. Do I speak the language, or do I just understand it?
You mostly just understand.
It's because we're both so beautiful.
Yes, that's why, Granny, because we're both so beautiful.
Exactly. You're very, very beautiful.
Alo's gonna just walk in silence for the rest of the way.
I like this robot. It's a nice little robot.
Yes, it's adorable.
I like you too, ma'am. Do you mind if I ask you, do you remember exactly how old you are?
Oh, you shouldn't ask an old woman
That's a little
how old
rude.
she is.
Exactly. It's not nice.
Well, I prefaced it by asking if do you mind. You could say, yes, I mind, and I will drop it for the time being.
What year is it?
I ask
Alo
in the
asks.
same language, what year is
Alo
it?
asks the DM. What year is it, Dave?
You know, I don't actually know. The only way I know of the time is how many years before the Battle of Yavin it is.
Right, BBY.
Yeah, like I know the BBY year, but I don't know the.
Oh, the
You
the
say
FBI.
whatever the year is.
Okay, all right. I tell
Like they didn't really use that reckoning until after the Battle of Yavin, so you know.
I tell Hunky the year before the battle.
That number is nonsense to me. Battle of Yavin? Never heard of it.
Well, since it looks like we're going to be in tight quarters together, I thought maybe we should try to I don't know, have an understanding that Granny, I'm sure you're a very nice lady, and I just want you to understand that I'm not Johnny, and we're not related in any way, and that I think the more you call me that name, it kind of confuses the others on board, and they're already confused enough. So maybe if you could just stick to my my real name. I think that might be best for everyone.
Oh, yes, the new captain got very angry at you, Jonathan.
Elo is not saying anything else to Granny. He's just gonna walk in silence, straight line, all the way back to the Mayday.
Is everyone meant to go by their original names? Because I noticed we call Mr. Drawcox on you Dread. That's not his original name, it's Drawcox on you.
Wait, what are you talking about?
W. Dread, his original name is Drawcox on you.
It is?
Yes, it's programmed here by one Umbrin Boone.
Does it say when he changed his name?
Sometime between when I was found and when he woke up.
Yeah, H4, you would have no record of a name change being programmed in. Umbrin was a little busy between the time when he learned of the name change and when you were reactivated.
Oh yeah, and he didn't even remember his real name. He called him Drawcox.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when now this is like a one-man game of telephone that's happening with this guy's name.
Mm-hmm.
This is what it's like shouting into the void. And no one
Cox
listens.
on you. It's Trod Cox on you. I mean,
He has a file for everybody. Everybody that was before this campaign started. So he's got a file.
So Umbrin gave you a file on everyone.
Yes, he did.
Interesting.
Not you, but I have found my own I found my own reasons to start the file.
What's that little device you break out every now and then? Looks like a scanner of some sort.
It is a device I use to detect people of interest. People of interest.
And then I'll cast Force Whisper on Hunk, and I'll say, "Where?
There are so few left. I am programmed to monitor those remaining."
Elo nods, and will now actually try to walk in silence for the rest of the way back to the Mayday.
Okay, cool. So collectively, everybody's either making their way back, crying inside the Mayday, or helping finish up the repairs. Sleeper is up. Dread has X2 in tow, and you all reunite in the main cabin.
Elo for a second.
Repairs are complete. Modifications are done.
Elo will go to his room and see Wookiee hair everywhere and his bed flipped, and just kind of. Did anyone? Never mind. He'll just put the bed back down and kind of sweep the hair and kind of just throw it overboard. And then we'll close the door to his cabin and lock it, and then we'll rejoin the group back in the main cabin.
All right, you do so.
Right, so, Harry R5 had it go convincing Sleeper to connect to hook up with the ship.
He's willing. All we really need is 1,000 credits on completion, and service is ours.
1,000 credits. Alright, well, is he at least plugged into the ship?
He's insisting on piloting it remotely for now, so I haven't had time to set him up, but...
I don't know why you're referring to it as being piloting remotely. I will manipulate the controls the same as any other pilot would.
Wait, okay, so Sleeper's here with us, right?
He just hears you.
He is on the ship.
The doors are open.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Hello.
Alright.
If you want to keep him from hearing you, you can do that. But at the moment, he's just like, I have it covered. Don't worry, Drod. Everything is under control.
I'm sorry, who's this?
Alright. And I'm gonna lower my voice again.
should. So what's going to be easier to explain to him or to basically anybody on the ship?
You know what? Alright, new plan. R5, you and me, we're gonna put X2 into the ship. We're gonna make X2 the ship, basically. Harry, you're gonna turn Sleeper off. You're gonna take him off the ship. You're gonna leave me here. He's somebody else's problem now.
we already paid him 1,000 credits.
Well, you've
take
got
the
1,000 more,
1,000
don't
credits
you?
off of him.
But he said my finger will be destroyed if I try to turn him off again.
Try it with your tongue.
Yeah,
You
use
know
your
what?
foot or something.
I'm gonna try it with
That is
R5.
what she said.
Or just take his head off. I don't care. Get him off the ship.
But I'm the captain. You don't get to talk to me like that.
We're giving you suggestions which we heartily believe that you should follow.
No. if we're gonna do this captain-owner relationship thing, this is a good conversation to have. You're the captain, but this is my ship.
Halo starts smoking.
Okay, as captain, I
thank God
think
I don't need
R5
oxygen.
should turn off sleeper.
The room begins to get cloudy with smoke as it just begins settling all around you.
H4 is like literally trying to get one in his springy hand.
All right, R5, go ahead and turn off sleeper.
Is there anybody else you feel would be more qualified
Nope.
to do?
I think you're very qualified.
Sure you can't try it with like an eyelash?
Nope, captain's orders. Go turn him off.
Fine.
Gotta hope it bites his finger off. Gotta hope it bites his finger off. Gotta hope it bites his finger off.
All right, so
What's
what are you
your
doing,
plan?
R5?
I just give a side ocular port at Alo for a sec before heading up to R5 to follow the orders that were given.
Okay, so you
And-
go into the cockpit.
Siktelo, I will do it.
Oh, if you're willing to, yes, by all means.
Best friend, no. R5 has to do this.
Oh my god.
Are you willing to explain why, for the sake of your crew?
Yes, captain's orders. That's my explanation.
That's not an explanation. Those are 2 words.
I mean, to be fair, you are the sneakiest one here. Never see you coming.
I'm gonna try and stealth away.
Okay, go ahead and roll self check.
Natural 20 for 27.
Mother.
I wanted to botch it so bad. Ah, damn it.
Yeah, nobody in the crew notices you sneak away off to the cockpit.
Then I will go try and hit the button on Sleepy.
All right, go ahead and as you go up, give me a sleight of hand check at advantage because of your stealth.
17.
Okay, I'm gonna use a fate point on my end. You start extending up towards. For you, it's a very big height disparity because Sleeper is full 6 feet tall, like maybe even a little taller than that. As you start extending up towards him, and his legs stay completely stationary from at the station up in the cockpit that he was at, and the top half just spins 180 degrees around, whipping a blaster and holding it up right towards where your like central processing core is. Just like hands off, uni droid. I will end you.
You have no hints.
I don't care what fake words you choose to use. If I am here to go and operate this ship, I am here to operate this ship. I will depart if my services are no longer required.
Okay. You think they say your services are no longer required?
Good. You walk out first. I will follow behind you. I do not trust them any longer.
It was a pleasure meeting you, Sleepy.
I'm sure.
And I'll roll out.
And he follows you and very actively makes sure to keep you in between him and the rest of the party as he starts cycling his way towards the ramp exiting. This could have been a good partnership, but you all blew it. This is your loss.
I
I
agree.
wish
If that's
you nothing but whatever happens to you, good or bad. And he sidles his way out.
Do not worry, as Umbridge smiles indicate, he will fall asleep shortly and never wake up.
And Sleeper just backpedals off of the ship out into the hangar.
Done with bounty hunters. All right, R5. Let's
Don't worry
get
about
X to load it up in the ship.
I'm gonna try to get the new droid installed before I blow something.
Oh, R5, I'm taking over for you?
No, you were taking over for the other droid who just stormed off on us.
Right, but
You
I'm
two are gonna
in
be
charge of controlling the
co-workers.
ship, right? That's what Dredd told me.
You're gonna be co-workers. You're gonna work together on this.
Right, so I'm gonna be piloting the ship when it matters, and then he's gonna be there for all the glamour shots. Got it. Sounds great, bud. And then he
Okay, no,
starts
look,
wheeling off towards you.
hold up.
That is how hierarchy works.
too late.
Yes.
He has spoken.
The two of you wheel off together as he's just like, you're like, hey, hold up now.
No, I know some shit about piloting a ship that you don't, alright?
Yeah, no, sure you do. I totally believe that, bud. You got
Do
it.
you even... Do you even have a license to pilot something of this kind of size?
Do you have a license to pilot something of this size?
Damn it, bluff.
That's what I thought. Now, here's the deal, is that my memory core is back over here, and he gestures towards the back of his head. All you probably have to do is just go and hook me up right into that machine right there. Yeah, no, given the nature of interstellar flight and all that, probably need to actually remove this from my body and then actually insert it inside. My body's floating out here. Then we're probably going to turn it into a whole other kind of problem as my chassis gets thrown around through the rigors of space travel. So, please go and put my body somewhere actually secure on the ship. Storage compartment would be great.
Do you need to be like tied down or anything? Or?
I mean, I'm sure as long as the compartment's not too much bigger than me, it should be fine.
Yeah, we'll manage, or we'll find some other alternative.
Yeah, then if my body's gone and desecrated, then I'll just crash the ship. It'll be great.
No, yeah, we're trying to make sure that doesn't happen. Or maybe make sure it happens, but actually I can be on the ship if it does happen.
Do not crash this ship. I don't know why you would ever say maybe we want that to happen.
Time to plug me in, baby! And
Yep.
he goes and shuts down, and he's just like, is waiting to be, waiting to have
Yep.
himself transferred over.
Alright. So, yeah,
So,
I'll
give me a
take
technology check.
Okay.
Or if you have a
Plug
toolkit,
him in,
that's cool, then
R5.
Go ahead and do that, but... just tech.
Would a mechanics kit be applicable here?
I was planning to assist.
Oh yeah,
Just
go ahead
so
and
we're clear.
yeah, Dredd, go ahead and give me a roll for the help action.
And Granny can cast guidance.
Randy sure can.
Or
It's going to be a
No.
19.
Okay,
on
no,
the
I do have
Very
check.
nice.
Okay.
So yeah, R5, you can go ahead and roll at advantage for the check with your mechanics kit.
Sweet.
Plus your guidance is a D4, I assume, Granny.
D6.
Oh, D6.
Ooh,
There
okay.
you go.
Yeah,
You know what, why
it
not?
increases
I'm gonna
as you
throw a
level.
I'm going to throw a potent aptitude your way, too.
I'll
That's,
be excited. I'll be even more excited once I
another
know what that
D6.
does.
I can't wait until Jack rolls a double one.
Alright, so add 2 D6s.
Yep. Okay, so I'm adding 2 d6s
Oh
to that.
my.
Good lord.
So that is a 29
So plugged in.
29 before the
So plugged in.
before that. So that's a total of 37, I believe.
Yeah, no, you have very, very securely and thoroughly installed X2
Whew.
into the Mayday.
I just installed X2 into the Mayday. Oh.
You immediately hear coming out from multiple speakers positioned all around the ship. Everybody hears his voice.
I didn't block
Full
the I
sur-
didn't block the PA
full
system. I didn't
7.1
block him from the PA
surround sound.
system. I didn't block him from the PA
Everybody,
system.
Time to take off and go to Kamino. And the ship starts, like, the ramp closes. It starts to lift off and spin around and take off out into space.
I
Like,
don't
did you
know.
guys
Well,
get the
X2
submarine?
X2, we got a rendezvous with somebody first, but then we're headed off.
Yeah, the sub
totally
got,
tracks.
the sub got attached.
Okay.
Good call. The sub got attached.
It totally,
I don't know.
It totally tracks
Yeah.
that Umbran would install a 7.1 surround sound PA so that everyone could hear him more accurately.
Yeah.
I don't know if the maker has a plan for us once we're decommissioned. I just know this is the other place.
There's no maker. It is bullshit.
So yep, the Mayday pulls out into space, being guided out. R5, you can take over the controls at any point you wish, but it starts guiding its way out until you start leading it. After a moment, as you start to get a little bit of distance, you see a like prototype Y-wing basically kind of fly up next to the Mayday, yeah, at least whoever's in the cockpit can look out and they see a woman sitting inside, and she kind of looks over and just gives you all a nod, and then just kind of gestures at the console, and then very quickly actually she's like, oh, and receives and sees that X2 has sent her like kind of a link up codes necessary for the hyperspace coordinated jump.
Do I recognize this ship?
You know, give me a lore check actually.
That's you know what? It's late in the night. I'm gonna use a fate point.
A fate point.
It's a little better. I rolled a 5, which then I turned into a 6 for a total of 13.
Something tickles at the back of your memory, but you can't quite pinpoint why.
Can I see the designation of this ship somewhere on the hull?
Not from this angle, but you definitely recognize that it's Huntail in the pilot seat.
Harry's just gonna wave. And then
Kind of gives like a confused wave in return, like.
And then Harry, as captain's gonna say, X2, punch it!
You got it, boss! And then you all just see space begin to warp around you. Light turns from black to blue. It just surrounds you all, start getting kind of pulled back into your seats. And you launch off into hyperspace. And there you have another thrilling session of Starships and Scoundrels. Remember to subscribe and tune back in next week to see what else may happen to the crew of the Mayday. If you don't want to wait quite that long, go ahead and check out the channel because we have tons of other videos about RPGs, board games, video games, movies, pretty much everything nerdy under the sun. Thanks as always for watching, and may the Force be with you.
I thought I wasn't gonna like our new pilot. Oh, was I wrong?
So we're defaulting to him as the new fuck. Okay.
Oh, God.